Go ahead and tweet her out here. Thankfully, the leg is not on my Twitter right now.
It will be. It will be.
All right. So my comrades here shared with me the best movie poster. And now I'm going to share it with all of you before I close the window for good.
Well, now you're just lying to people.
Am I?
The best movie poster?
It's,
I mean... It's up there. Not gonna lie, it's up there.
It's the only movie poster that I've spent more than 8 seconds considering in many years.
Yeah, it does invite pondering.
it's still there.
How did that get by artists, by marketing?
I'd say it got by marketing, no problem, right? But one of the artists caught it and was just like...
It might be a thing where it's like going to be an integral part of the movie somehow.
What the movie's so 80s
when you
that he's
see the
literally
reason for his
Inspector
long
Gadget.
ass leg, you will feel ashamed of your words and deeds.
There you have it, Brook.
That was my favorite part of the book, where he talks about his one ginormously
Yeah, his
long
one
leg.
really long leg, yeah.
I just
It goes
want
on
that,
for actually like 3 pages.
I want that to be the explanation when I watch the movie, is just, how come your leg's so long? Oh, my lungs are burned. And then that's it. They don't give any more explanation than that.
My lungs are... Wait, what? You said my lungs are what?
Lungs, like the things you breathe with? Metal Gear
thought you
reference, don't worry about it.
Oh, I thought you said longs. I was like, what?
I don't know that lungs are a thing.
They definitely wouldn't be burned.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So it's been a bit of a morning.
But most movie posters are just headshots, like 5 headshots, and that's it. So you have to... I credit the man for doing something creative and artistic, but on the other hand,
No.
maybe they should have went with headshots.
His leg is 2 steps long.
All right, you have to close it. You have to close it now.
Yeah, you gotta get out of there, man.
You gotta let it go, man.
Oh my god, it's coming out of the tab!
Leg.
Just look over this leg just leering out of the screen like the girl from The Ring.
All right. I'm here.
McDohl.
Oh,
Right
what?
here.
So much denim.
Yeah, there was.
That's inconvenient.
That's a criminal amount of denim we have.
I remember back in middle school, I think, we did... I was in a class called Advanced Academics, and every year we studied one topic like really in depth. And one year we were studying like the Old West, and we got to actually read the original patent filing for the guy who originally patented like blue jeans. And in the patent filing, he misspells the word pants. Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he also misspells rivets, but he spells pants with an E. And everybody thought that was funny.
Did he spell rivets with a B?
The problem right now is that Liberation doesn't have a tongue, but it's slowly growing back in because you're regenerating 2 hit points per second.
Okay,
Is it
so
per
I
I
second?
should have
Yeah.
used a different spell.
So who's got a 100-word summary of the trouble you guys got into last week?
Liberation drank gold.
Texas tea.
And I want to remind everybody that you too can drink gold if you buy Goldschlager. It's like liquor with gold floating in it. Enjoy.
So we brought Riot back using not revive, but reincarnate. That's the word. Thank you.
And then we used a different respell.
She miraculously reincarnated into a tiefling. We used one of the candles. I think we came to the conclusion that the candles stopped time or slowed down time an incredible amount.
They stopped time because, and we know that because like the spells we were casting that had like an hour duration suddenly had like a 9-hour duration.
Right. Then duration was captured at one point by discordance, whom we eventually just took out.
Well, let's wind that back a little. When we say we mean you.
I was being charitable, but okay.
No,
You were
it was
being
awesome,
charitable to who?
and I want to give you the proper credit because it was great.
Then we went to the Fire Giant Forge. I'm missing something in here.
Don't worry about it.
Went to the Fire Giant and the Forge, which is when Liberation actually drank gold.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't have a lot of time to go into it last week, but I do want to see if I can get a detailed answer. Like, what were you expecting was going to happen when you drank the gold?
I definitely
Probably about that much. Yeah,
That's what you were expecting?
Yep.
I do also want to reiterate that I did tell that story to my Saturday group last night, and we have one super reckless player, and he was with McDohl all the way to the end of that story. He didn't. He got to the point where I told him, like, yeah, the Fire Giant puts the coins in this crucible, and they all melt down, and he offers it to him to drink deep, and then he says, and then he drinks it, and then what happens? So he was like, he wanted to get to the interesting part of the story after he drank the gold.
Yeah. Generally, when you tell it,
And now we can.
Oh yeah, I told this to my other group. I'm like, Brick Road, we didn't like. That's not that unreasonable what we did. But
Yeah, this time a little bit.
And then on the way out after the game at like 2 a.m. when he's carrying his kids to the car, he's like, man, now I gotta figure out how to one-up drinking gold.
Was this the guy with the death wish?
A little bit, yeah.
you have a character who literally wants to die and he hasn't drunk gold yet.
You might be poor.
There's a better way.
You might have to subside on drinking copper.
Yeah,
No
but
one's
he's
gonna-
right.
I also found what I think is the secret best, like, new fighter option in Xanathar's. Because one of our players was talking last night. It's like, yeah, I read the Arcane Archer, and it just looks really stupid and bad. I hadn't read it yet, so I skimmed it. Arcane Archer has an ability where if you miss a shot, you can use a bonus action to refire that shot at a different enemy. That's a crazy ability
I
for a
feel
fighter
like that's
to have.
already basically in the fighter where you just add like a +4 or something. I feel like the fighter basically already has that.
No, it's
Well,
literally
he
if
doesn't
you
use a bonus action.
if you make a roll and miss, you can use your bonus action to redirect the arrow at a new target. As much as my fighter misses, I would love to just re-roll one missed attack every round. That would be incredible.
Oh, this is like a per round thing?
It's not a per anything. It just uses a bonus action. It doesn't have to recharge. You can do it every
okay,
single
well, I mean,
round.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not, and then you can't do this again until a short rest.
No,
You
it's
can do this all the
a
time.
bonus action every
Wow.
round.
Wow.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's that broken because you're not hitting the same target, so it's useless against single hard enemies.
And also,
like-
it burns a bonus action.
Yeah, and bonus action is actually valuable to the fighter.
I don't think it's broken, but I think it's really good.
It's
I
pretty
feel
good.
like the fighter already has something that basically is already better than that.
Yeah, my
You're talking
fighter
about
doesn't what?
You're talking about precision shot.
I thought it was curved shot, but maybe.
No, I'm talking to Destil. Destil's
Oh.
talking about.
Yeah, it's precision attack. That's already better than that. So, like, I'm not that upset.
Isn't that just like,
to be a better version of the fighter, you need to have something better than precision attack. Because precision attack you can use and take the -5 on every swing to get +10 damage. There you go.
But you can't use the precision attack every round because it burns up your
Yeah,
dice rolls.
Yeah.
oh, it's a Battle Master thing.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bad
okay.
master. I know because my fighter
God,
has
but
it
you could
in,
take that curved arrow thing with
Friday game.
sharpshooter, take that -5,
Yep.
miss the shot, and then just roll it again.
My my archer in my Friday game has precision shot and sharpshooter, and it's pretty fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it seems no more broken than anything else the fighter can already do, personally. But
Is that Edgar?
It's Edgar. Yeah, it's probably the UPS guy dropping off a package. So the fire giant's name, I know we didn't get a lot of time to spend with him last week. His name is Acrophes.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. We had a note about
that's
it.
right.
And
Yep.
he offered Liberation a tasty beverage. Riot, go ahead and mark off 100 gold off your...
I did that already.
Okay.
What does it taste like?
So, Liberation.
Tastes like burning.
So, Mahogany, you went into the room with Acrophes.
Oh yeah.
Liberation's out here, and you feel yourself kind of coming out of this unconscious stupor, and your world is just pain.
Mhm.
Like, as a creature with fire resistance, you didn't know you could feel this much burning. And your vision, I mean, you kind of blink a few times, having been knocked out pretty consistently every session for the past 48 weeks. You're used to your vision taking a moment to reacclimate, but as much as you blink, it looks like everything's filtered through darkness. Everything looks much more smudgy and dark than you're used to. Maybe a little wet. It's not like impairing your vision mechanically, it's just weird and you can't shake it.
That's worrying.
You're also next to a pretty large pile of molten gold and blood,
And you're pretty sure it's all yours.
and it's all yours.
Including the molten gold. Got it.
Liberation. Don't drink gold. Don't drink gold.
Well, no, the gold is Riot's.
Don't drink Riot's gold. Don't do that.
Liberation flips Kelian the middle finger and collapses back against the floor.
So you're gonna let us know when you're done being a heap?
Has he been regenerated already?
Yes. The regeneration is currently in effect. And you guys in the room, you had asked Acrophes for the names of several other rooms.
Which he gave us already.
Yeah. Birthplace of Spirits, Heart of Ambition.
Etc. Etc. The only other thing I have to ask Acrophes for, and this is apart from the names of the room, so we might have to give him something else, is I want to ask him if he is capable of forging something that can contain dragon's blood.
He asks what sort of dragon.
Fell over in another room, not far away. What was his name?
Yeah.
I have my notes. A second.
It's somewhere.
Draco.
Unikar.
Nope, Hrunsivar.
Really? How did I get that completely wrong? Hrunsivar.
Well, it's. I mean,
Dragon names are
I'm not going to
complicated.
say anything about your spelling, Destil. I'm just going to let it lie there, right there.
Yeah, but I would have spelled it phonetically, so I'm a little surprised.
It's actually pronounced Tiefling.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He kind of squirrels up his eyes, kind of like quizzically looking at you. And he informs you that taking a drink of dragon's blood will leave you no better off than molten gold.
And Riot says, yeah, but it would be funny, right? You like a laugh?
It's just morbid.
Make a charisma persuasion check.
Oh, man.
Good luck.
I like to make me those.
I mean,
Oh, hi.
you're only a bard.
Right. That's a 32.
Oh no.
Goes over to one of the corners of the room. And everything he's working with in here is made of Beatorian green steel. Green steel is the basis for the infernal weapons that have been causing you guys grief since you've been in
Right.
here. And he finds this sized for a fire giant. So we're talking, it weighs 100 pounds easily.
Mm-hmm.
A goblet. I mean, you would have to drag this thing out of the room.
Yeah.
I could pick it up. I have a 27 strength.
And he says that it will contain as much of Hrunsavar's blood as you're willing to carry. But it comes at a cost.
Right, says naturally.
He tells you that when you kill Hrunsavar, he wants you to drag back a large quantity of his scales so that he can make armor.
Right, says we'll do as soon as we kill him, we'll do that.
So Mahogany, you're gonna like pick up this.
Yeah. Remember, I cast Shapeshift.
Right. Oh, you're shapeshifted into.
An adult gold dragon.
Oh, that's right, because he wasn't gonna be impressed if you drank gold.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, you just curl your tail around this goblet and pick it up. And Acrophes returns to his work. And what's next?
Well, does anybody have enlarge reduce?
Not as such.
Are you guys leaving the room at this point?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
I was going to say that.
I can find a way to bring it with us. If you're worried about carrying this goblet, don't worry about it. As long as I have this spell, I'm good.
Okay, gotcha.
Liberation is still collapsed in a heap on the floor.
Nudge him up. All right, Liberation, you got your spell. Get up.
Is that guy gonna be okay?
Was he ever?
I mean, he was better about 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago, he drank gold, so I don't know that I would quantify that as better.
I like how you guys are talking about me, you know, even though I'm still sitting right here.
And as you speak, as you answer their questions, you notice your vision getting clear and dark and clear and dark the whole time you're talking. It's a little disorienting, actually.
Liberation blinking a lot.
Mahogany, you and Riot, when Liberation is talking to you, giving, sassing back as he does, you
Right.
notice that his tongue is regenerated and has also created a beady little eyeball on the tip of it.
That's
What?
terrible.
What,
Please, no, stop talking. Close your mouth, please.
Mind link. Okay, first, fuck you. Number two.
I can't look at this. Right.
Hey,
turns on.
Liberation, I don't recommend eating any nuts.
Liberation rolls his eyes like, what is that supposed to be the joke or what?
Did you roll all of his eyes?
Can he roll his tongue? Man, he's gonna be really good at rolling his R's.
No, Riot, for real. Like what?
Your tongue is incredibly gross right now.
Oh, I'd imagine so. I did drink gold.
No, the
No.
spell seems to have healed it and then some.
Oh,
We can fix it when we're not on Beator.
Probably.
Okay.
Man, think about how maybe this plane just makes everything punk rock. Because imagine he sticks his tongue out like
Liberation looks at Mahogany like, really, dude.
Do it.
So how long, you guys have only been in there for a couple of minutes. How long
Yeah.
would it take for regeneration to top off his hit points?
Top of his hit points, he gets back 10 every minute, and he got back an original like 80.
Okay.
Okay. I
He's
think-
probably-
So what's
he's
your
probably good.
what's your
Tops me
max?
off.
How long does the spell last?
An
An
hour.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and top off your hit points. We'll just. What's your next
All right.
move? Because you guys spent a couple of minutes in there speaking with
Yeah.
Acrophes.
Let's
I'm
go.
trying to figure out where we can go from here. Do we know the name of Enethender's room? I'm not sure that we do.
Is there a reason not to go to the Heart of Ambition or Birthplace of Spirits?
The reason that I want to get Enethender first is because I feel like we're going to kill some of these people, and I don't want Enethender to be too upset with us.
I
'Cause
don't
all these-
remember who Anathunder is.
Enethender is the Solar who is in this room, and he is in charge of the well-being and disposition of all the slaves here.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He's probably gonna be upset with us no matter what.
I don't
Yeah,
entirely. I'm not entirely sure what we have to gain even speaking with him. Like I'm a little concerned about just going in there in the first place. Is there something specific we're trying to talk to him about?
Liberation nods in assent to Nath's assessment. Not so much a question,
Well,
but
he's not one of the ones that we were told knows the names of other rooms. We were told that Discordance, the Forge Master, Kamado, and Thusius know the names of other rooms, but Enethender was not on that list. I'm trying to remember if there was a reason to go into Enethender's room. We don't know where.
We found out
But-
he had something, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, me neither. I remember there was a reason, but I can't remember what it was anymore. Let's visit the graves first, actually.
Seems
Because
reasonable.
there's no doors on the way there.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so down around the
Okay.
corners.
Yeah.
As you come around the corner here, you see doors at the ends of each of these hallways. Silver ones. One here.
Mhm.
That's too much
Whoa,
line.
Hi.
Whew!
Yeah, that's way too much line. Let's try that again. And one over here.
Okay.
You still got kind of that crazy skew line right there.
Everybody still has dark vision, yes?
Yeah.
Did we leave? Oh, that's right. I now remember a thing I was gonna do. Did we leave Discordant's body over here?
I didn't do anything other than loot it.
Okay.
Actually, I think I just looted the invisible guys.
We
Someone
might
looted
need,
her body though.
Okay. We might need names from her. So there's something I want to try, but I need you guys to help me out with it.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay.
So I've got this powder, and I haven't been using it on anybody, or I haven't even told you about it because I'm really skeptical of it. I got it from Duke Grensterius, and he told me that it would make a dead person live again, which, given who Grensterius is, sounds really suspicious and suspect to me.
Liberation nods.
Well, he would know
emphatically.
though, right?
I feel like this isn't the worst plan you've ever come up with, Riot, because she might be grateful for the fact that we have, I mean, at the very least, we could just kill her again, right?
Right. Here's what I want. Here, Nath, take this powder.
Mhm.
Y'all go in there. I'm gonna stand back around the corner because she completely hates me. So I don't want to be there when she wakes up.
That's weird.
I mean, you heard what Liberation said about her, right? That she wanted to bring me back as a zombie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're doing that, so fair's fair.
Were there any instructions on how to use the powder, Riot?
I think you just feed it to him. Is that accurate, Brick?
He said you had to take some measure of this ash in your fingers and rub it on the inside of the tops and bottoms of their lips.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Gross.
Liberation taps Kelian, and then he points to his eyes, and then points to Kelian's eyes, opens his eyes up real wide.
All of them.
Riot, did it mention how many uses you have of that powder?
I believe it was 3.
3. Yeah, that's my notes say. I want to make sure that was correct.
I'm staying up here, Liberation, because if she gets a little uppity, I'm going to put another bolt in her neck.
So before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Okay.
Emphasis on the evil.
Make sure it doesn't just go like straight through.
Word.
Kelian. Because there's already a hole there.
Does that work?
It depends on the purpose of casting the spell, because Nath would know that protection from evil and good does not actually protect you from Tieflings.
No, but it would protect me from like mind control. Like if her first reaction when I bring her back is to try and dominate me or something.
So her body's actually in pretty good shape.
Just that
Except
one bolt
for-
through the neck.
Yeah, that was it. That was basically it. So you cast
went
your spell,
clean out the other side too. So
and you hunker down and get some measure of this ash on your hands. And
I was actually going to put on a glove first, just because Nath is paranoid.
okay, get some measure of this ash on your glove and start wiping it inside of her lips. And for a few moments, nothing happens. You watch for a couple of minutes. Kelian sitting there nervously holding his crossbow. Liberation desperately not trying to tongue the inside of his cheek repeatedly because it just feels weird now. And then her body starts to shudder violently. And you see liquid pooling up around her body. Her clothes become sodden, and you realize her flesh is tightening and it's starting to slough off in places.
Gross. God damn it.
Until what's left of her is essentially just a skeleton with rags of skin. The two eyeballs are still fixed in her sockets. Her hair still clings matted to the top of her skull, and her wings, most of the black feathers wither and drop out, leaving just this skeletal structure. Then her eyes dart in your direction, and you see that she's awake.
We need the names of rooms.
And when she opens her mouth to speak, I mean, it's just this skeletal jaw with the tongue seems to be completely intact. And she begins speaking, and her voice sounds very hollow and a little bit of clacking. Let's be honest. There's no more lips. It's just the teeth.
A decent
whacking.
amount of clacking.
Yeah. And she says, she asks why. Well, first of all, you see her look around the room, and she sees Liberation standing on the stairs, and her eyes fixed with his. And she says,
Liberation waves.
why would I tell you anything that I know? And then you see this realization come over her as her voice does not sound right to her. And you notice that she's starting to notice that her body doesn't feel right. And she looks
Over
at
the...
her...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Over the mind link, I'll do a quick. Are we okay with just letting her leave and be consigned to this wretched plane if she works with us?
Oh, I'm not supposed to be way back there.
I really don't want her to kill me.
Yeah, obviously. But is that an acceptable deal to everyone else? She gives us information and we let her
Sure.
on her way as long as she doesn't return to this place.
And as long as she doesn't hurt us.
Yep.
Are
Sounds
you-
good.
Are you detaining her in any way, or do you have her bound in any capacity?
Not particularly.
I mean, we feel like we can take her.
Then she starts to enter a fit of hysterics. She scrambles away from you, kind of on her hands and feet, and she starts crying out, "What have you done to me?" Looking at her hands just with complete horror.
You can either help us and give us names and you'll be free to find your place in this hideous place as long as you don't harm any of us on your way out, or we can destroy you again. You should make up your mind quickly.
Make an intelligence intimidation check.
Sure. Not trained, so that would just be the +5.
Not bad.
23.
Looking around the room, she sees her other dead bandmates. And you see her hand go up to her neck and feels at the scrap of skin there and the weeping wound of this arrow on either side. And she knows you're not bluffing. You might be bluffing, but she's convinced you're not.
I mean, we did kill her.
Her eyes
That has no concerns about killing her second time.
her eyes can't go any wider than they already are because she has no more eyelids.
Yeah.
But she nods feebly. Make an Arcana check. Intelligence Arcana.
I believe that would be a. Let me double check that. Yep, 20.
Well, little you know about Discordance based on what Riot and Liberation have told you. She is a spellcaster of pretty significant power. You've heard her referred to in this place as Locke's newest warlock. The fact that she's willing to capitulate this quickly tells you that in this state, at least immediately, she did not have access to her magic.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me figure out which rooms she knows. Okay, so there is a room. She knows the room south of the Pentacle room, which you guys already have, I think.
Yeah, but they don't know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know it. You're keeping that one in your pocket.
Yeah.
She knows.
I mean, if
the
she
room...
starts saying things out loud, everyone else will learn it. So it's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
so
all know
you
that
guys
one.
learn that one.
She tells you the name of the room east of the Pentacle room. It is one of Locke's prisons. Creatures that he's not able to bend to his will or bend into servitude. The name, if I can get my text document open here, is The Fates of the Corruptible.
Okay.
To the east of a drop of Avernus, Locke's seat, there are 2 gold doors leading off to the east. She knows the name of the southern one. It is those contemplating eternity. Those 2 rooms are the names of Locke's prison.
Can you tap that one that you just gave us?
It's on the other map, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the north map.
Which one was that?
You guys haven't uncovered it on that map yet.
No, I know, but I'm looking at the full map that Terran gave us. Which one? Where was that?
Let me check that map out. This would be the area of the map marked cells.
Okay.
There's a
Gotcha.
northern
So-
area and a southern area.
Yeah. So if we go south from Center Seal and then east, this is that room.
The Fate of the Corruptible is the room to the east of Center Seal.
Mm-hmm.
Those contemplating eternity is to the east of the heart. It's labeled cells.
Okay. Gotcha.
But these are both prison areas.
Yeah.
She gives you the name of Locke's personal chamber, which I think you guys already have.
Yeah. Where the crown rests.
And what is... Oh, she gives you the name of the Nightmare Rooms, which you guys also already have.
Yeah.
She tells you, when she tells you the name of the Nightmare Rooms, which is 3 points of light.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking to Nath, she tells you that if you're looking to bring Locke down, your best bet is to search that area, 3 points of light. What's Nath's passive insight?
Fairly high. I think it's 16. Let me double check that.
16?
Yeah, 16.
not only are you pretty sure she's telling you that to try to get you killed, having already been to that area of the map and knowing what's there, you're also pretty sure she's withholding information. But by this time, she's starting to get to her bony feet. And she's eyeing your companions on the stairs very nervously, knowing that's her only actual means of egress.
Well, go ahead and plane shift out.
Rude.
She tells you that, of course, all means of plane shifting are blocked in this place. That Locke has seen to that.
All right, well, Dimension Door and be on your way.
And she doesn't. She stands nervously. And she says, haven't you done enough to me? You can't call off your bodyguards now? Is Mahogany in the hallway?
Yeah, Mahogany is right there. Like,
she literally
he's behind
can't
the others,
leave
but he's
them.
also extremely large.
Yeah, she literally can't leave.
No.
Well, I will. Are we and I'll think over the mind link. Are we satisfied?
Yeah, everything that I've heard sounds good. Everything you've told us.
Go ahead. No one here will accost you on the way out as long as you don't.
Mahogany, you're going to have to exit the hallway, otherwise she's not going to be able to get past.
No, Mahogany will just shape change back to normal. Wave.
So you shape change back to normal, and there's a loud thunk as this 100-pound green steel goblet crashes to the ground behind you.
Mahogany looks down at it. She's like, right. We've seen a lot of Celestials, right? 'Cause I'm seeing a Celestial here that I could shape change into.
Kelian?
It's called a Brickroad, a Planetar. Have we seen one of them?
No. There's a... actually... you guys didn't make it high enough on Mount Celestia for those to be kind of common.
We only got to what, third level?
I think.
Fourth level.
And you
Or-
cheated
but
your way
we
there.
cheated.
Yeah.
I feel like if you live in the Sigil long enough, you'll eventually see a Planetar.
But Mahogany hasn't lived in Sigil that long.
I've
Right.
lived in Sigil 3 years,
Yeah, so.
so I'm cool with no.
Discordance takes a few feeble steps towards the stairs. Does anybody move to hamper her path?
No.
Mahogany, make a perception check.
Okay.
Should make you make this a disadvantage. She's got the ringing of this loud goblet thunking to the ground still in your ears.
That's a 30.
A 30.
Yeah.
She steps past you, and... Or actually, I should say she steps past Kelian and Zook. And you see her lunging forward very quickly.
Alright. I'm gonna grab her.
You grab her?
Yeah.
And do what?
I'm essentially just gonna be like, Riot, you might want to move.
Do you say that over mind link or out loud?
In the mind link.
Okay.
She begins screeching that you've broken your word, that your companion guaranteed her safe passage, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
we're fine as long as you don't attack any of us. And
I'm sorry, have you been harmed?
I saw some lunging.
Nath, that's a little disingenuous even for you.
You know, since we made the deal.
I mean, now it's a hard lawful good. We just killed you and turned you into a skeleton. What's the harm there? No biggie.
We promised her no harm since then. Yeah, not forever. Not in the past. Can't promise that.
I don't know. Rowan Darkwood.
So where does Riot move to? Just around the corner?
Right, like leans back against this wall.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of like hard move her to past Riot.
Right, like does a mock salute as they go by.
Make a strength check, Mahogany.
Alright.
You can make this athletics if you want.
Don't have either.
Roll high.
Nope.
You make it to about here. And
Yep.
she very deftly... I mean, getting a handle on this woman's arm, she was already pretty dexterous to begin with, and now she's lost a lot of weight. So,
And I mean, also, I wasn't super trying very hard because I told Riot to move and she didn't, so I'm just like, fuck it, she deserves this.
she slips from your grasp and slams her hand down on the entrance of this door. And you kicked ass on your perception check.
Yeah.
The words that she speaks, now that I have to look them up,
Oh, that's her room.
she
That's right, I forgot.
whispers the sounds of obsession. And the door slides open. I will give anybody in the area a moment if they want to try to follow her or stop her to react to this.
Liberation, Will.
What does Liberation do?
He is going to put a foot in the way of the door.
Probably
So
got
the
better
name of the
for-
room was The Sounds of Obsession?
Yeah, by Calvin Klein. So, are you stopping her from going in the room, or are you just putting your foot there to keep it from sliding shut?
Keep it from sliding shut.
Okay. Liberation, make a dexterity check.
You're amongst it.
That's pretty good.
You don't get a real good look at the room yet. It's not magical darkness or anything. It's just the door is only open for a split second before this happens. She wrenches free from Mahogany. The door slides open for her. She dives inside. You catch the door just before it closes again. And looking in the room, you see her going to the back wall, spinning around with a wand in her hand, aimed at your foot. And what was your dex check?
23.
23. She got a 19. So you get to choose what you do before she blasts you with this wand. You beat her in initiative, basically.
Close and disarm.
Are you going to let the door close behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Liberation disappears into the room. I'll go ahead and give you guys this room now. Into the sounds of obsession. Go ahead and make your attack roll. There are rules for disarming, but I don't know them offhand, so
I think it's like a fighter ability. I don't know.
it might be.
It's a 19 to hit.
So you're just going to disarm her of this wand? How so? Like with what weapon?
With my staff.
Just whack her
Smack it right out of her head.
bony
Smack
wrist.
her. Yep.
And the wand clatters to the ground. And now you can see this the chambers that she lives in, and you notice that her jealousy of Riot has consumed her to the point of insanity. The chambers you see in this room are a bizarre mimicry of Riot's. You see a desecrated pedestal to Osprey. You see above that on the wall hanging just this twisted facsimile of the Kodrashi fork. The walls are splattered with paints depicting Riot in all of her various costumes and identities, several of which you're pretty sure you didn't even know about.
Oh, right, I forgot she wouldn't recognize Riot now. I'm sorry, Riot. That was on me.
I've been making checks all campaign. Because Discord has been following her around. You see just lots of discarded musical text clattered to the floor and crowding up shelves. And what do you do with her after disarming her wand?
Any free wand.
Kick the wand away from her back toward the door.
Okay.
That's for another wand.
And says, hey, look, we gave you a chance. and you threw it away. Liberation is actually speaking verbally, so whatever terrible disgustingness of this eyeball is going to happen.
Dude, she lives in Beator. She's seen worse.
She is worse.
Yeah.
And she begins pleading with you at this point that she wants you. There's no point in tormenting her any longer. If you're going to kill her, just get it over with. She'd rather be dead than live in this state anyway.
Here's the thing. You tried to rob me of my freedom. I don't take kindly to that. Yeah, she's gonna get cracked upside the head until.
Are you gonna kill her?
Yeah.
That sounds rude. I mean, you're wasting a lot of Riot stuff.
So how do you kill her? How does this act of premeditated murder play out?
Blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma, yeah.
You just take your staff and collapse her skull in?
Yep.
And it takes some doing because she has warlock class levels and therefore actual hit points. But
It takes an awkward amount of time.
but yeah, you put an end to her. You kill her a second time.
Yay!
And she no longer has lips to rub ash underneath. Make a
Oh fuck, you're right.
liberation. Make an Arcana check.
So we get twice as much experience for killing her twice, right?
Liberation gets all the experience for this. It's a what?
It's a 6.
Okay. How freaked out are you by this room?
Absolutely freaked out.
How do you get out of it?
Well, first he's gonna take a look around the room. He's gonna search the room.
Do you have
Liberation, are you all right in there?
It's fine.
do you
What's
have
in there?
any kind of musical tool proficiency at all?
No.
Monks are supposed to. Says the guy who used to play the Shawn.
You mean the hand axe?
Hand axe?
No, I don't have any proficiency in
Okay.
because I fiddled with
Oh, that might have been my
the
background,
that was
not
a
my
background
class.
thing. Yeah, that
Okay,
was a
yeah,
background
yeah.
thing, and I have different background stuff.
I mean, you look over some of the music notation. I mean, unlike Riot, she actually has taken the time to compose music and keep like a written. But you can't read the notation. It just looks like gibberish to you.
composes music all the time. You have heard her songs.
Sure, but you don't like sit down
No, I
and
don't-
write out the
I don't write it
notation.
down.
Ain't got
Yeah.
time for that.
Liberation
I just think it's not to be a
activates
suggestion
detect
that Riot
magic.
doesn't compose music.
The wand is magical.
Mm-hmm. Anything else in the room magical?
I don't think so, but let me double check because I wrote this like 4 months ago. It's been a minute.
When Bigger said write songs, he meant literally write songs.
Gotcha.
No, nothing else magical in the room.
Okay. Liberation scoops up the wand, goes back to the door, and pounds on it.
You guys hear pounding coming from inside the room.
And Mahogany says through the mind link, "Hey man, you close the door. That one's on you."
I'm trying to remember the way out of this room.
Yeah.
This is... What is the name of this room? Do we even know it? We must,
Yeah,
right?
hallway.
No,
Oh.
this is gonna... It's probably the same place as
Well-
the dining area, which was... No, it's a barracks. It's gonna be, Those lesser are sated. And I'll give that
Liberation.
information to Liberation over the mind link.
Those lesser are sated, and use the mechanism to open the door.
All right, and it costs 2 HP now. Liberation. Roll me 3d8s.
Oh, that's a shame.
14, 7, 4, and 3.
7, 4, and 3.
Yep.
5 points of force damage. 9 points of lightning damage. And 2 points of acid damage. As these prismatic streaks fly out of the door as you speak the incorrect room name.